Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Fourth and Forever, your daily NFL news show. Number one on the internet, if you were to ask all three of us. Brought to you by the Roundtable Sports Network, real coverage from real fans. Richie, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's good, man? We're on the road, but we still live here talking some football. Got to be a little bit quiet because the niece is upstairs sleeping, but you know what I mean. Appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of Fourth and Forever, brought to you by Vitamin Energy.
And just make sure you don't rage bait Richie today, TD. His niece is taking a nap. All right? Just always remember that.
I ever rage bait Richie?
All you do is rage bait. You literally say things that you don't believe.
I just tell the truth. Why? When are y'all gonna finally accept the fact that I'm a truth teller?
TD, all you say is the Jets are trash. Like, that's rage baiting.
Truth. Truth. I mean, come on, man.
You don't believe it. You know we good. You know we're turning somewhere.
I'm not telling you, Richie. I for you, brother. That's why I'm still fighting for you, man.
Oh, man. At least the Celtics are trash. That feels good.
No, we're not.
Good God. What's up, TD? How you doing? Great hat, by the way.
You know what this is? You know what this is?
Oh, I know what it is. Yeah.
Ooh, Vitamin Energy, baby. I ain't gonna lie. The hat is dope. You know, the shirt I wore yesterday was dope too. But I'm loving this hat, man. The only problem I'm having, people keep Chargers. This ain't Chargers, baby. This is Vitamin Energy. All right. So y'all make sure that y'all check out Vitamin Energy with benefits, baby. 15% off. You got to take advantage of that, but you got to use the code 15 Roundtable, okay? And if you want the BOGO offer, BOGO Roundtable, baby, that is buy one, get one free, especially for the holidays. Go ahead and get one as a gift for family members. They have so many different things, focus, energy. I mean, all type of stuff, man. Make sure that you check them out because I'm on my vitamin energy kick right now, man. I'm like, okay, I need to focus. I got a lot to do. I popped the focus. So I need energy, about to go work out, pre-workouts, all of that stuff. Make sure you go check out Vitamin Energy, y'all. Supporting our sponsors is supporting the channel, and it's a good product. So let's go.
I'll tell you what, I'm rocking the hydration formula this morning, man. Stay hydrated, ladies and gents, with Vitamin Energy, man. Dude, the Carolina Panthers, brother, lost on a awful opportunity where the quarterback, Brock Purdy, throws 3 interceptions, but still the Carolina Panthers were unable to capitalize while blood was in the water. That NFC South was theirs for the taking, and they couldn't come up with a victory. TD, thoughts on what you saw last night from both the Niners and the Carolina Panthers?
Listen, first off, you get 3 interceptions, and after you got 3, you're still losing. Like, that's not act like this is late in the game. Second half was a little different. But in the first half, you get 3 interceptions, and you only got 3 points. Come on, man. Carolina, somebody need to stop this mess. Carolina got to do better. We were just talking about Bryce Young the other day, man. What we think about Bryce now? Richie, Dan, what's up with Bryce now?
If Shador stinks next week, we're going to think he's trash. You got to give Bryce Young some time, man.
Oh, wow. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. You're going to talk about a 3-year guy, 2-year guy versus Shador Sanders.
Up and down, baby.
Richie. But listen, the Carolina Panthers, they're in trouble. They had a prime time opportunity to take command in their division and really do something this year, and they blew it, okay? The 49ers, man, you know who we don't give a lot of credit to?
Who's that?
Salah.
I knew that you were going to say Salah.
I mean,
yeah.
Am I wrong? No? Am I wrong?
We do need to give a lot of credit to that team, yeah.
He's your head coach of the New York Giants.
Let me tell you why I'm impressed with it, because and I have to give him credit, because if I'm going to give Brian Flores credit after getting fired and then doing a phenomenal job, we got to pay attention to what Salah's doing, and I think he's doing a good job earning himself a potential second look at a future job as a coach. And the way he has this defense flying around, his defense playing, it's amazing, man. So for your quarterback to go out and throw 3 picks and your defense basically say, it don't matter, we got you. That's massive. And you got to put a lot of what 49ers are doing lately on the defense. People need to understand this is a lot to do with the defense, okay? The offense, they have their spurts of, the big play here or there, but this is really on the defense, in my opinion. So congratulations to the 49ers. Good, hard fought, solid victory, showing that regardless of injuries or whatever's going on, we straight, we're still the 49ers. Let's not act like we haven't been one of those teams that's been in the playoffs almost every year, going all the way as far as the championship round as of recent. So big ups to them. But the Carolina Panthers, but I'm not mad at the Panthers, and here's why. Come on, man. We were overhyped about them anyway. They're doing good and they're getting better. Let's leave them right there. That's not to have moments of, are they real content? No, they're not. Okay, they're a better team and they're on their trajectory to improving. So, so congratulations to the 49ers. Good win last night.
Rich, thoughts on our boy Bryce Young? The roller coaster continues, right? Great performance, decimating the Atlanta Falcons. And then what we saw last night against the San Francisco 49ers. Talk to us.
Hold on 1 second.
Whoa. Oh, where is he going? He's warming up some milk, ladies and gentlemen. Warming up some milk. It's nap time for Rich. Nap time for Rich. All right, TD. While we're waiting on Richie, how about I ask you this question right here? Should the 49ers just go with Mac Jones for the rest of the season?
Okay, this is a great question. So
3 picks from Brock Purdy haven't looked all that good. Go ahead.
Number one, no, you're not going to go with him. You're paying Brock Purdy now. You just gave him a massive deal. So that's the end of that. You're stuck with Brock Purdy, and nobody want to hear nothing else, okay? But, somebody put out a post today, and I read it, and I totally agree with it. Do you know that there's 16 teams that should need a new quarterback next year? Literally.
Not 16? Including the Dolphins, by the way.
No, Miami was in there. Yeah. Someone put a post up and I totally agree with it. I'll find it for you. But yeah, man, there's a lot of teams that's going to need quarterbacks next year. There's going to be probably the biggest shift in quarterbacks in NFL history next year. I could see probably 8 quarterbacks on new teams next year. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be very interesting. So Purdy and Mac Jones situation, too bad. Mac Jones, go ahead and you might be given an opportunity to start for a team as a bridge, and hopefully you can impress them. But Purdy is Purdy. We know who Purdy is. Okay, he had a bad game, but guess what? We still know who Purdy is. He's going to have good games. He's going to have bad games. That's what quarterbacks that are good enough not to be good enough are good enough not to be good enough. We need to believe that. That's what it is.
Patent that, TD.
They're going to have good times and they're going to have bad, but they really aren't built to get you over the hump. So that's who he is, and the 49ers are stuck with it.
Rich, thoughts on them Panthers and the 49ers, and also talk about Brock Purdy's performance as well. Should they consider Mac Jones for the rest of the season? Talk to me.
Sorry about that. I had to turn the TV off. Apparently it's too loud. But last night was an interesting experience for me because I was driving through the night. So I was listening to the game on the radio and I didn't get to see it. And I was bouncing between the Knicks game and the Monday Night Football game through the radio. So I was experiencing Monday Night Football through audio form only. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but it's a really interesting experience. They literally do. Ryan Fitzpatrick was on the call. I forgot who else was calling it, but they just do a great job of painting the picture for you in your brain. And all I hear every time I tune back into it, interception. It's like there's interceptions everywhere. And then you find out that Brock Purdy threw 3 picks in the first half, and Bryce Young threw a pick after they got the interception at the goal line, 1st and goal, throws it. I mean, really unfortunate there. This was Bryce Young's opportunity to really show us who he is. And it's just getting to a point where he's very similar to Justin Fields from the standpoint that, like, one game he looks flawless, the next game he looks like he doesn't belong. Like, there's no in between. It's either you're on it or you're off. And that's not a starting quarterback in this league. So he's got to find that consistency. That was his opportunity. And I don't want to make this about Shedeur, but he's taking on the 49ers next week, right? Good luck to Shedeur Sanders in that game. But I think that a really tough defense. San Francisco is one of those teams in the NFC West that we kind of are sleeping on because we're all looking at the Rams as the best team in football, not really up for debate. Like, there's not a team in the NFL on the same level as them. And then you have the Seahawks that are the second best team in football. And then you have, the 49ers really trying to show up and show out. So I think the Niners are a team that's last night reminded everybody that they are a team that's probably going to make the playoffs because they have that defense that can carry them. And as long as Brock Purdy can clean up the turnovers, they're going to be fine. And I wonder if Brock Purdy is going to get moved in the offseason or not. But that's a whole other conversation.
Didn't he just get paid? Am I missing something?
He did, but like, wouldn't
that be a no? He ain't getting moved. They stuck.
Well, yeah, so I'll tell you what. If anybody were to move a quarterback that was just recently paid, it would be Kyle Shanahan.
Well,
it definitely would be Kyle Shanahan. If anybody were to do something like that, it would be him. And then he'd probably bring in Mac Jones or like Zach Wilson and then like be an NFC championship contender.
Exactly.
Knowing the story with Kyle Shanahan. So I kind of want to shift focus right over to the NFC South as well. We didn't talk a lot about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game against LA. We're going to save that for the next topic. But now I kind of want to look at the landscape of that division. This Tampa Bay Buccaneers team has been getting ravaged by the injury bug all season. Now Baker Mayfield is going to be questionable for this upcoming Sunday. He has like an AC joint sprain in his non-throwing shoulder. So still a lot to be seen on whether or not that he is going to play, number one, and even if he does, will he be even anywhere near as effective? Who do we got with this division right now? Are you confident on picking either the Panthers or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I'm going to go with Richie on this one first. Like, if you had to, gun to your head, had to pick the winner of the NFC South, who is it today?
I don't know. No, the Bucs, definitely. Even with the injuries, I think that they're going to figure it out. I mean, what's the question with Baker, though? You know, like, how bad is that injury? Because that's the big thing. Teddy was so bad. I've never seen a backup quarterback look that bad. He looked like he was signed off the couch and he was just like put in there. I didn't know that he was even in the NFL still. I don't know, man. I think that it's going to be – I would take the Bucs just because they're proven. They have a Super Bowl winning coach. They got a team that's resilient, know how to win despite the injury bug. And the Panthers are just so hit and miss, hot and cold. So I'm going to roll with the Bucs still. But, Falcons, now they're going to get blown out Sunday. They got a tough game this Sunday, so probably not the Falcons. They're done. So, yeah, I'll roll with the Bucs.
So you'll roll with the Bucs, and based off of where it is, he was seen at
Falcons
the end.
Blown out Sunday, TD.
Huh?
Falcons getting blown out this Sunday, so they're done. 3-7, 2-8. Tough game for them
and
on
they're
the road.
Playing the Jets.
Yeah,
gotcha. But so where it left off, Baker Mayfield was seen in a sling at the end of the game. It is a sprained AC joint on his left shoulder. And while he hasn't officially been ruled out for week 13, there is no update as into how long he could potentially miss. TD, thoughts? Gun to your head, have to pick a winner of the NFC South. Who is it?
Man, I'm going to have to go with the Bucs right now. Number one reason is they have one less loss. Okay. That's always a positive. Number two, the Bucs have the easier remaining schedule because they have more winnable games for the rest of the way.
They do.
But do you know that Carolina and the Bucs still haven't played each other?
Mm-hmm.
So, and the NFL is on to something right now, because if you go ahead and look at everybody's schedule, some of these biggest matchups haven't even played each other yet, which is crazy down the stretch of a football season. But here you have it where that's going to be your answer. They split weeks. They play each other one week, play another team, and then play each other again. Like, within 3 weeks, which is crazy. I've never seen that happen. I'm sure it has before, but that's wild to play a division opponent within 3 weeks of each other. But here's what I'm gonna give this to the Bucs, because the Carolina Panthers, their last 4 games are all divisional games, if I'm not mistaken. And these are tough. They got to play the Saints, Bucs twice, I think Atlanta. But the Bucs have the Dolphins and other teams like that, Arizona, on their schedule. So I got to go with the Bucs. Carolina has disappointed me. This was the one game where I stopped hating on them. I was ready to stop hating on them, because you know what? They put together some good football as of late, but they really dropped the ball last night. I mean, and here's another thing. You got to think about this. The 49ers, what did they score last night?
20 points.
20 points, man. I ain't gonna lie. There's teams out here begging to only give up 20. Like that's a game you got to win. That's solely on the offense more than anything. You got to win with 3 turnovers. That's bad football when another team is giving you the game and you won't take it. So I can't believe in the Panthers.
Can't believe in the Panthers when the remaining schedule is as follows: Rams, Saints, Bucs, Seahawks, Bucs. There might be a world where they don't win for the rest of the season. Maybe they get one out of the Saints. But that is brutal. And compared to the Buccaneers, who have the Cardinals, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers, I would agree with you. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, just based off of strength of schedule, probably should win this one. And even imagine if Baker is out versus the Cardinals and the New Orleans Saints. I know Teddy Bridgewater looked awful, but I still think that he can get it done against the Cardinals.
Kyle Trask, he's not there anymore?
No, I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. He is not that guy. A Bucs adjacent topic. They recently just played the LA Rams, and by God, you can't tell me that the LA Rams are not the best team in football right now by a country.
It's not even up for debate. It really is. Like, you can't even debate it.
Country mile, man. Like, you have Matthew Stafford out here playing like a man possessed, unstoppable right now.
No looks.
Yeah. Some no looks right there, man. Like, he's doing whatever he can to show the world that he still has another 4 years in him. Right, he's 36 years old, I want to say. So maybe he's going to try and chase like the Tom Brady and the Aaron Rodgers career where he goes into his 40s. I don't believe that he's going to retire this year. I think that he stays for a couple of more. But yeah, dude, like young defense, which is super exciting to watch. Incredible secondary, awesome pass rush. You have Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, solid running back, and Kieran Lacy. It's very difficult for me to see any other team raising the Lombardi this year. I think I could almost all but guarantee that they represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. That much I can almost guarantee, barring some crazy injury. But let's glaze the Rams a little bit, folks. Let's glaze the Rams, starting off with TD. Go ahead.
TD is an anti-Rams glazer, dude. Don't call on him.
Yeah, he's not like the Rams, man. He's not a believer in the Rams.
Y'all got to stop this mess, man. I'm a truth teller. I don't know how many times I got to say
and tell the truth.
The truth is the Rams are the second best team in the NFL. Okay. But that's a compliment. Like, it's still a compliment. They are amazing. Not only are they winning games, but they're doing it impressively. I think that they found something when you look at what's his name, the receiver.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, he on my fantasy.
Nacua.
Yeah, like when you look at what these guys are doing, more so Devontae, every week he's punching the end zone with Stafford. He's like a primary target for him. And they found something. They're playing great football in every facet of the game. You talk about special teams, defense, And they're flying around the field. It's crazy. This is one team where it doesn't matter what changes you make in the offseason, they're still going to be competitive. The last few years, it's been rough starts or rough finishes, but now it's like they built up for this moment. I kind of look at the Rams like Philly of last year. You know, that's kind of how I view them at this time of year, where you could already kind of see where Philly was headed with this. That's what I'm seeing with the Rams, and I'm not mad at that. I think the Rams, they should be the favorite at this point to come out of the NFC. Who's playing even close to as good football in the NFC as the Rams?
In the NFC?
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Ooh, no, but they just had a bad one, didn't they? Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
the
against the Rams.
Rams aren't
It's
having
against the Rams.
the Rams aren't having those. They aren't having those lulls here and there. They're operating optimally, literally for like 7 weeks straight. So they're on fire, man. And I don't know anybody who gets in their way. It doesn't look like they're going to slow that train down. All their opponents, they might beat every opponent to finish the season the way they're playing right now.
Well, so I think that Seahawks and Rams game is going to be interesting when they go to Seattle here in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Would it be crazy to say that the Rams and the Seahawks are your NFC championship?
It depends if they match up against each other in the divisional, but
If
it's possible. I'm still not ruling out the Eagles. I'm still not ruling out the Lions, even though they're feeling some adversity right now.
They play the Lions in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The Rams?
Yeah. December 14th.
And don't count out the Lions either. And so I know that, so they've been hitting some like bumps in the road, but still a very good team.
Well, you can count out as Jameson Williams in fantasy. You're either getting a donut or 20 points. No in between. I hate that guy.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm going to drop him. Right,
you have him too?
In fact, and so I need to see if I won fantasy last week. Hold up.
Man, leave me alone, Dan. You probably did.
I did win 129.
You had what's the receiver name? He had a receiver.
I had JSN. Oh yeah, dude. I got JSN this year in the fantasy.
You don't even know the name of JSN, the best receiver in football, because he's the best quarterback in the league.
I didn't remember, Richie. I'm like,
so Richie, get this. I beat TD and I accidentally kept Jamar Chase in my lineup as well. And I still beat him by 30 points.
TD's so trash. He was talking so much trash at the beginning, and
I still beat him by 30 points, and I inadvertently left Jamar Chase in my lineup, who was suspended and put up 0 points.
I have a good team. I just keep running up against 40-point games by like one player.
Dude, and you know what? Like, it is so competitive in this league right now. We have Richie, first spot, 9-3.
See that, TD?
You have so the Mega Man, second place, 8-4. DD is 8-4. Myself, 8-4. JD 7-5, and Straight Cash Homie or King Cheeks is 6-6.
And I went off this week. I scored 141, and I still lost because I went up against someone who went crazy on me. 152 points.
It's crazy.
Dude, somebody that went absolutely.
How many more regular season games?
A couple more, I want to say. Yeah, when did the playoffs start? Week 16?
No, I think before that.
Week 15, I think it might be.
Week 14, maybe? Because I don't think week 17 you do anything, because I remember the one time I get to the freaking championship in my fantasy league, it was one of those where the championship is in 2 weeks. Week 16 and 17, and I was up by like 70 points after the week 16 matchup in the championship, and then in week 17, all of my players got benched because they were resting, and then I lost the championship.
We got 2 weeks left.
Did you hear that? I lost the championship because of that. So ever since that, we were like, no, you can't have 2 week championships, and you can never have a championship in the last week of the season. Week 18, sorry. Oh, that pissed me off. I was like on the verge of winning my championship. All my players get benched because they're resting. My God.
Your team just weren't good enough, Rich. That's all.
No, they were, bro. I was up by 80. Hey, man.
All right, Mr. Mitchell.
I have a tight end.
And so you know what as well? I'm kind of done with DK Metcalf in fantasy too. I'm done with him.
Yeah, drop all those bombs real quick.
So no longer will I keep Michael Pittman on my bench. That's like my new strategy going through with it. Richie, thoughts on the Rams, if you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's what they do. Best team of football. It's like the Rams at top, and then there's like a big gap, and then there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then all jokes aside, bro, like you're talking about a Super Bowl winning team. I think that's the thing about this team people forget. They won a Super Bowl with the same coach and the same quarterback just, 4 years ago? So they're back. And right when they won that Super Bowl, what did everybody say about the Rams? They sold everything for that. They're going to be screwed because they don't have any future. Well, now look at them. Rebuild like that. And now they have assets. They have 2 first-round picks next year, let's not forget. They have the Falcons' first-round pick. So they are building something right now and the future. And I think that, with a Super Bowl MVP of Matthew Stafford, I saw a viral tweet of a Lions fan, and a Lions fan was like, it's making me sick that Matthew Stafford is going to be known as a Ram and not a Lion. Like, that's crazy because Lions fans grew up with Matthew Stafford as their guy, and Matthew Stafford was a great quarterback for the Lions, but he never did anything in the playoffs, obviously. And now he's going to have a Super Bowl ring with the Rams and potential another one if he gets another one this year. Sean McVay, he's always been one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And the way he schemes guys open is just so unique. He has so many different elements to his offense. And the defense, I think, is what's making this Rams team so dangerous. Not only do you have the weapons of Kyron Williams, Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford throwing no-look passes, but the defense with like Kobe Turner and the secondary and all these guys are young, man. They drafted very well. And I think the draft that they're doing, Jared Verse off the edge, has been fantastic. Year 2 player from FSU, I think year 2. And yeah, so I think the Rams are on something right now, man. They're blowing teams out. They're definitely humming. And I think Sean McVay is one of, if not the best coach in the NFL, which is another reason why I think they're the best team in the league.
The best team in the league. You know what's interesting to me is the AFC South. Because we have the Colts that are currently on top of their division. The Jacksonville Jaguars and the Jacksonville Jaguars still win, even if Trevor Lawrence throws 4 interceptions. When asked, he says sometimes he feels like he just has to sling it. So I feel like we need to start giving a lot more credit to Liam Cohn for how good of an offensive play caller he truly is. I really don't know many teams that could overcome that. I really don't.
And you know what's crazy about that? Like, I was watching Red Zone and the Jaguars were on, and I'm with my dad, and I'm like, yeah, Dad, the Jaguars are good this year. It's like, oh, Trevor Lawrence is nice now. He's playing really good. I'm like, no. But the Jaguars are winning. He's like, how's that possible? He doesn't get it. He's like, what do you mean the Jaguars are good, but Trevor Lawrence stinks? I'm like, I don't know. Some teams win with a bad quarterback.
It's with how good that he's been playing. And then number 3, you have the Houston Texans, who have just gotten over 500. Davis Mills winning 3 of the games he was asked to play in response to CJ Stroud being out with a concussion. So my question is this to you. Who's winning the AFC South right now? Are we sold on the Colts? Are we giving up on the Indianapolis Colts based off of some of the hiccups we've seen from Daniel Jones? Are we hopping on the bandwagon of that Houston Texans defense or the pure genius of Liam Cohn? What do you got on this one? TD.
Man, y'all got to stop disrespecting the Colts like this. It's
not disrespect. It's a question.
They're the best team in that division.
Okay, TD, it's not disrespect. First of all, do you see the standings? You're making it seem like the Colts have a 5-game lead.
Yeah, but no. Back up for a second, okay? See, when they were 8-2, oh man, they have a commanding lead. But now that it's a 1 game, let's not forget they played the Chiefs. They lost one. It happens. They battled to the very end. Winning took them to overtime.
You know who beat the Chiefs? Jaguars.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, we know who Trevor Lawrence is. We know who Trevor Lawrence is. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to sit out here and have faith in Trevor Lawrence, then go ahead, by all means, waste your time. Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, Tua Tagovailoa are 3 quarterbacks that's on my list of the worst quarterbacks to have because they're not bums. They're good quarterbacks. They're just good enough not to be good enough. That's the problem with quarterbacks like that. They'll play well enough for you to win games and then have these disastrous ones, and then you wonder why in the playoffs they don't show up. You wonder why when it matters most they don't show up. The only time they show up is when they play each other. That's typically when one of them show up because one of them got to win. But the Jaguars are frauds to me. The Texans, they're riding that defense. The Texans right now are what, in my opinion, the Browns should have been if they had competent play at the QB position because the defenses are so good. But you can't ride that but so long. Offenses still got to thrive at some point, and I don't think the Texans have what it takes to do that. The Colts are going to ride away with this division. They played superior football this year. Daniel Jones, how many bad games has he had this year, y'all? How many games for Daniel Jones do we look at and be like, oh my gosh?
So I wouldn't even call them bad, but limited.
Yeah, well, how many though? Because
okay.
I don't know.
Answer this. How many great games has Daniel Jones had this year?
Daniel Jones probably had like 5 great games.
Define great.
Great games, putting like slinging the rock efficiently, playing well.
I think we're gonna have a conversation about Daniel Jones.
Oh man,
yeah.
See,
so
hate on Daniel Jones.
I don't know, man.
So how I look at it
about Jalen Hurts.
Well,
just saying.
So I feel like that I'm probably going to ride with the Colts just because they have the benefit of having a last place schedule last year, right, boys? Last place for the Colts last year, or was that the Jags who had the last? Okay, never mind. It was the Titans.
Well, regardless,
I have no idea what I'm thinking about here.
When you look at their schedule, they have faced the Chiefs, the Steelers, the Chargers, Cardinals, Rams,
another thing you have to evaluate about the Colts is they now have the most overrated corner in the league on their team now.
All right.
Now just the
Colts schedule. So the Colts schedule is as follows: the Texans, they have the Jags, they have the Seahawks, they have the 49ers, they have the Jaguars again to cap the season off, the Tennessee Titans. So that is a difficult schedule. Exceptionally. Yeah, I think so.
Well, the cool thing about the schedule is that the Colts and the Jaguars play twice.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, those 2 games are going to decide everything. And don't they play
the Texans too?
Twice?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's why this division is wide open. It's not like they already played each other. The Colts have 4 games.
Right. Yeah, I guess you're right. We got to let them test the division. That's an important piece of it.
This division will be won within the division.
Yeah. I didn't even consider that.
If the Colts win all 4 of those games,
so the Colts have only played the Tennessee Titans so far.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense then.
That's it. And Houston.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I would even back off with that fact. I'll back off a little. I got to see them against each other. That's all that's going to matter at the end of the day.
And so the Texans have the Colts, the Chiefs, the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Colts. But
they've had some good wins.
Yeah. Spanked the Ravens 44-10. I forgot about that one. It's intriguing, like we're sitting here, man, and like we're just trying to think about what team's going to win the AFC South and watch it be Liam Cohn and Trevor Lawrence's bum ass just, riding off into the sunset somehow on some like luck or something along those lines. Look, I hate and I never hop on this bandwagon of the NFL being rigged, but a lot of times like these like games and teams don't do themselves any favors. Watching that Colts and Kansas City Chiefs game, like it is clear as day, and it's been like a big narrative for the Kansas City Chiefs all season is that they suck against man coverage. And the Indianapolis Colts ran like 85% zone. Like that is literally the narrative against the Kansas City Chiefs is that they are god awful against man coverage. And you can't tell me that the Indianapolis Colts can't rock one-on-one with their squad. They certainly can, like via man coverage. So that's frustrating. Folks, you're not doing yourself any favors from disproving the fact that the NFL is not fixed. I don't believe that it's fixed, but you're still not doing yourselves any favors right now. It made zero sense to me whatsoever.
It's like the Browns punting from the 29-yard line.
Right? You punt from the 29-yard line. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God. All right. Moving on to this game, which I'm very excited to unpack. Down goes the Philadelphia Eagles. Dallas Cowboys, man. The Dallas Cowboys end up taking advantage of a late drive. You have Dak Prescott threw for over 354 yards, 2 touchdowns. You had George Pickens. Good God. Is he the wide receiver 1 in Dallas right now? Move over, CeeDee Lamb. Move over. That guy is absolutely crazy. Rich, thoughts on our guy,
George
Pickens of the Dallas Cowboys? Huh?
George Pickens. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb's like drops the pass. He's like, throw it higher. Catch the ball, CeeDee.
Yeah. George Pickens just, and so with George Pickens, dude, you know what? Like all the glaze that I've been seeing Pickens get, I've seen some people say that if George Pickens started his career with any other team, we would be putting him in the same conversation with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. One guy claimed that he has the best hands in the league.
He was a beast in Pittsburgh. I guess they just didn't have a quarterback during his time.
I mean, I suppose he had Kenny Pickett, right? He was drafted Pickett's first year, or so did he have at least 1 year of Ben?
I don't think he had a year with Ben.
I don't think he did either. But yeah, I don't know, chat. Sound off on your thoughts on Pickens.
Sounds like it was 10 years ago, even though it wasn't.
Yeah. No. I know. Rich, what do you got, man? Talk to us.
Yeah, this was crazy. You know, the Eagles going up 21-0, and you felt like this was just one of those games, and they're feeding AJ Brown after that whole narrative of AJ Brown's like blah, 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 blah. And now he finally gets the ball. He's productive. He almost had 2 touchdowns, was down at the 1 yard line on the second one. And then, you know, you go up 21-0, and then the Dallas Cowboys, they just storm back, man. And Quinnen Williams, he's impacting that team. And I think that was a really good trade from them for a lot of reasons. Like, it's crazy to see this Cowboys fan base really embrace Quinnen, and it makes me happy just because Quinnen is such a great dude. He deserves to be a star on a team that's at least competitive. The Cowboys got to do a little bit more before they're actually eligible to make any playoff push here. But he's a game wrecker. He leads the NFL in every single statistical category amongst defensive tackles in his first 2 games as a Cowboy. So he's making that impact. He's a game wrecker. He is embracing being that face of the defense. The fan base is loving him. And he's just going to be a star for Dallas. He's exactly the guy they needed after trading away Micah Parsons, is another face of the defense. And I think that Dak Prescott still deserves his love. George Pickens, you know, CeeDee Lamb, as much as he's become like this diva type of energy, but got to give the Cowboys credit, man. If they wanted their season to be alive, this was the game to go out there and pull off a division win. Isn't this their second win over the Eagles? Didn't they sweep them? Or no?
No, they came very close to beating them the first time, though.
Yeah, that's what it was. So the Cowboys season is alive. They have to play perfect down the stretch now, but their season is alive because of this win. Very impressive. I think Dak Prescott is still one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the entire NFL. I feel like people give him a lot of flack. I understand why. In the big moments, he kind of turns into a pumpkin, but like he's just that standard veteran pocket passing, precise quarterback that's calm, cool, collected. And he knows how to keep himself even. You're down 3 scores, and he still is able to will that team back. And then I got to give a shout out to the man who lost the Eagles the game, Xavier Gibson. The man that lost the Jets their week 1 game against the Steelers, who fumbled the kick return. Jets cut him. He goes to the Eagles. He's the guy who should have let the ball bounce into the end zone for a touchback. He catches at the 2 yard line like an imbecile, and then he returns it, and then he fumbles. That was the play.
Wow.
And that was the same guy, by the way, that won the game against the Bills, the game that Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. That was the guy. That was the only thing he's ever done. Like, that was his NFL debut, made the Jets as an undrafted free agent, wins the game against the Bills week 1, the day Rodgers goes down. And he was living on that play for the rest of his career, has done nothing since. And the Jets finally cut him after his fumble week 1. Now he's in the Eagles, and he makes that mistake. That was costly, dude. That was a costly mistake.
What can you do? TD, thoughts on them Dallas Cowboys against the Philadelphia Eagles?
They alive. They surviving. The Cowboys, like this whole team, it's a shame because they're better than they've let off. But a huge game like that can create a spark. But to what end? Can they go on a run? Can they really like win out or maybe just lose one game? I don't know. See, they have that half game, if I'm not mistaken, that helps and hurts them. So any tiebreaker, remember, Dallas wouldn't have any tiebreaker because of the half game situation. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see how it ends up. But I'm hearing all kind of drama in Philadelphia. Players are starting to be frustrated, with Jalen Hurts and things of that nature. But and that's outside noise, but Philly's still the big threat. We talk about the team that won the Super Bowl. They are still the big threat. No matter whether things are going well or they're going bad, they're still right there at the top. And to lose in the fashion they did, I don't count these games as being a judging stick because it's a division game. Crazy things happen in division games. Okay? So I don't usually count these as a measuring stick. All right, so Dallas will be all right. They're going to make a run for it, but Eagles will be just fine too.
Damn. But that Philadelphia Eagles offense, right? I'm confident that they can turn it around. However, would you be shocked if this offseason they walk away from their current offensive coordinator? Because I feel like that we can all agree significant difference from what we ended up seeing this past year. I'm starting off with TD.
Well, the big difference to me is Saquon Barkley. Where is he? How many 100-yard rushing games has he had this year? I mean, I know it was 1 week I remember him going off, but I don't even know if he's broken 100 more than 2 or 3 times. So that's where it starts. What's going on in the trenches? What's going on with Saquon? What's up with running the football? And this is usually where their strength is, in the trenches. Now, remember, didn't someone retire on that O-line?
Eagles?
Yeah.
Well, they lost Mekhi Becton, who was a beast for them last year. Jason Kelsey retired, but he retired before last year.
Okay. Yeah.
They had last year without him.
Yeah, like what's happening with the run game has to be figured out. Saquon's averaging less than 4 yards a carry. That ain't right. We're talking about what he did last year coming into this year. You can hone in on him and he should be producing more than this. That's what they need to fix first and foremost, figure out what that issue is. So, what's this?
So do you want to know, dude? And even Eagle fans are over it. Like this Eagles fan right here. I'm so done with Saquon Barkley this year. Give Tank Bigsby a start already, dude.
What
world are we living in right now, folks? Eagles fans turning on Saquon, which is
what's
insane,
going on though? You don't just go from doing what you did last year to all of a sudden a shell of yourself. Like something's wrong. I don't understand.
I will say this though,
it's
Eagles
bad run blocking.
No offense to Eagles fans, but I don't even know what word to use. They're like, after this loss, they're like pretending they're the most suffered fan base. Like, I hate this team. I'm suffering. Like, fuck. Like, what? You won 2 Super Bowls in the last 7 years. You don't know what suffering is. Mix me with this nonsense, the Eagles fans, this privileged mindset they have.
No, Richie, you know what?
They're glad spoiled fans, man.
I'm actually glad you brought that up, though.
They're like 8-2. They lose a game, and they're just losing their mind after winning a Super Bowl last year.
But I'm jealous of Eagles fans.
Yeah, me too. But they're like,
because first of all, they don't know what suffering is. Me and you, we know what suffering is. Okay, but
so does Dan. Not currently, but he knows.
But this is why they've been so competitive. That fan base holds them accountable right away. They don't just say, "Oh, it's one loss. Y'all need to calm down." No, Eagles fans riot after every loss. They have a problem, a big problem with the organization after every loss. That's accountability from the fan base. That's why they've been so successful, because the fan base is not going to stand for constant losing seasons. And that's what I love about Eagles fans.
But they were 8-2 and lost the game. Now they're 8-3. Cry me a river.
Well, hey, and then if they hoist that Lombardi, the fans got what they wanted, and they're getting what they want in Philly. That's why I want that feeling. I wish I could have that feeling.
Like the idea of them saying, I hate this team. You
Is
hate
nuts.
this? You hate them? You really hate them?
It's a love-hate.
I know that's a common thing for a passionate fan base to say when you're suffering. I hate this team, even though you love them. But still, come on. You don't hate them.
Super Bowl champs.
Super Bowl champs, man. Get over it, Eagles fan. You'll be fine.
I have one impromptu, Dan.
Talk to me.
TD's impromptu topic.
Let's go.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong, or am I tripping pretty much when I say that the MVP leader right now is not a quarterback, but Myles Garrett?
Could be.
Ooh. So is your question
record.
So is your question who deserves the MVP or who is
that's
going
a good
to win it?
question. I mean, that's what it should come down to.
So who deserves the MVP is, yes, I would agree with you. I think either Myles Garrett or Jonathan Taylor. But we know how this world is obsessed with the quarterback. I think that you would need a game-breaking type single-season record for sacks if they were going to give it to Myles Garrett. Like, that's just how that award is based. It's going to be a quarterback, not unless we see Myles Garrett like go out there and break the all-time season record. Which, what is it, by the way? What is the all-time season record?
22.5.
22. Who holds it?
TJ Watt.
Does he really?
Oh, wait.
Most sacks in NFL.
Michael Strahan and TJ Watt, both 22.5. Michael Strahan and Now remember, that was a 16-game season. Yeah, and TJ Watt was in a 17-game season. So technically, Strahan's is more impressive. But that's the record, 22.5. How many does Garrett have right now?
He has 18. He could do it. He could do it.
He's going to do it.
Four more sacks. And the Browns have 6 more games. Let me double check. Browns schedule. 1, 2, hold up. 6 more games. If dude just gets one a game, then he blasts that record.
It might be Tennessee.
It might be Tennessee. He might sack Cam Ward 7 times that game.
He's going to break the record. Matter of fact, I'll go a step further. He might get 25.
Dare I say 30?
It sucks for him that he had to go up against Armand Membu and Olu Fashanu this year. Otherwise, you would have broke it by now.
Dare I say 30?
If he does,
I saw some crazy stat that he had more sacks than one team has had all year. Let me double check this again. Yeah. Let me fact check this real fast. In just 3 games, he has more sacks than like a team in general has. I'm going to double check this. And Richie, it's your turn to glaze, Garrett. Go ahead. It's the glazing hour here on Roundtable Sports.
The way I look at Myles Garrett is I'm someone that, like, when we talk about all-time greats, it's like, oh, I missed out on the Lawrence Taylor generation, the Bruce Smith, like the all-time generational defensive players, the sack exchange for my Jets. We're living through a generational talent, just like we did with Aaron Donald. He was a generational guy that I got to witness with my own eyes. We all did. And I think Myles Garrett is that. Like, when he retires and it's all said and done, he's going to be looked at as one of the greatest, if not the best, defensive player of all time. So I absolutely think that he could be in the MVP race. When was the last time a defensive player won that award?
All right. That's a great question.
Has anyone ever?
Won the MVP? 1986, Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor was the last
LT.
one.
Look at that.
And just to paint a picture for you, Myles Garrett has more collective stats than the San Francisco 49ers, the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Carolina Panthers. So the Niners have 12 sacks on the season. The Cincinnati Bengals have 15, and Carolina has 16. He has more sacks in 3 games than San Francisco has all season. All season in just 3 games. This is what's going to happen, though. He's going to break the record. He's still going to get screwed because the Browns are a bad team.
Not if they go on a run on the back end.
I feel like they would need to make some miraculous playoff run.
Yeah, that's the thing. MVP, you have to have team success. He was going to win Defensive Player of the Year. That's a lock.
It's true. You know what? Here's another thing. When was the last MVP that played on a losing team? Let me see. Well, that was NBA. Let's see NFL. Okay. So the last and only NFL player to be named, no, it's Super Bowl MVP. Chat, figure that out. Has a player ever won the MVP where their team was below 500?
Joe Burrow should have last year.
Yeah, but I'm basically trying to paint a picture of how is he going to get screwed in the end.
Chuck Howley, 1971.
Yeah, but that was Super Bowl MVP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Here, we're going to, go crazy. Because, yes, right? Matthew Stafford's probably going to win it because you have all the formulas, right? You have a really, really good team. He's playing out of his mind, and he's a quarterback. So he's probably going to get it. If that quarterback and winning team bias was not in the conversation right now, so I would hand that award to either Myles Garrett or Jonathan Taylor. That's where I would go. Matthew Stafford is 3 for me. But might as well, Chad, just go on ahead and crown our good friend.
Do you know what's another conversation? This may be the worst season of offensive rookies of all time. Who is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Oh, my God. Who is?
Shador.
Oh, God. Why'd I even open this conversation up?
It's possible, Richie. What if he comes and balls out for the rest of the year?
There has to be a minimum amount of games played.
Oh, no. You need 6.
Right now, I think it's going to be Emeka Egbuka. So right now, so the only 3 names that really stand out are Egbuka, and who I think leads by a significant margin, Tyler Warren, and then with this article as Jackson Dart, which I'm not sure if I'd put him in that conversation.
I wish an offensive lineman can get it.
Huh?
I wish an offensive lineman can get it because Armand Membu's dominating.
Yeah.
You could.
Which is another conversation. I think this is the first year where there's a big boy award. There's going to be the
protector of the year. Yeah, it's the protector of the year award. We'll see that, man. Hey, you know what, dude? Hopefully we actually end up getting passes for that award ceremony this year. Right? Let's see. San Francisco, man. It's actually San Jose, surprisingly enough. We're flying into San Jose. Yeah, not San Francisco. But, man, I'm excited for the Super Bowl, bro. I'm excited to lock in with the boys over at the bowl. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, folks, we need to give a giant shout out to our good friends over on Sleeper. Sleeper is bar none the number 1 player prop platform on the market today. Using code RTS, not only are they matching your deposit up to $100, 100%, but they're also giving you $20 for just signing up. Thanksgiving football is right around the corner. Good God. We have a lineup for Thanksgiving football, boys. We didn't even talk about that. Finally, some good football. You actually get rewarded for being right over on Sleeper. It's very simple. Just pick a parlay between 2 to 5 players. If you get the projections correct, more or less, you could walk out a massive winner. Shout out to Sleeper for being a proud partner of this show. Terms and conditions apply. And if you are looking to add something to your toolbox so that you can research some of these player prop parlays, we highly recommend that you go on ahead and give a look over at RotoWire. Folks, RotoWire is the #1 player prop research tool. They literally hand pick your overs and unders each and every single week. So that way you can put together a very well-educated type parlay each and every single week. Shout out to RotoWire for also being a proud partner of the show. Damn. That's what I'm talking. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Are we going to do a show tomorrow, boys? It's Thanksgiving Eve.
I don't know. We may have to, but we'll.
We might need to. We will be here. Okay, we will be here, ladies and gents. All right, on Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, unpacking some of the previews of the Thursday night or the Thursday football matchups. It's gonna be
and Friday.
Incredible. And Friday, Black Friday football. I always forget about that. TD, what do you got to say to the audience before we send them off?
Now, thanks for coming through. Salute to you, Tony. I see you in the chat, man. And a habitual line stepper. We appreciate the love and support via super chats as well. Don't forget, if you want to become a member of the channel, hit that link in the description of the video to become a member and join. All right. And listen, man, we'll see y'all tomorrow because there's a lot of good games going on this week. And that Thanksgiving and Black Friday, that's going to be pretty dope. So come check us out.
Come check us out. What do you got, Richie?
Shout out to everybody tuning in as always. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody this is a big holiday for gratefulness. And I want to say, I said it last night in the AFC East, we're very grateful for everybody that watches us every single day. We're part of your daily routine. We take this show really seriously, and we really appreciate all the proud sponsors of this show, everybody watching. We love you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. We got some Roundtable sports shows tonight. If you guys want to go check them out, go do so. Tune into our live divisional shows across the network. Please go support them. Call into the Patreon and all that fun stuff.
Let's talk about it. And by the way, so the answer that you have been wondering, an MVP has never been awarded to a player on a losing record team. And the only 2 times that you have ever gotten an MVP of a team that did not make it to the playoffs was Johnny Unitas in 1967 and O.J. Simpson in 1973. Those were the only 2 players to ever win an MVP while on a non-playoff team. Sorry, Myles Garrett. We're rooting for you. Thank you so much for tapping in, guys. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Deuces.
Thanks.
Taylor One Catch Master Works new video. I didn't see it. You gotta check that out.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Tony.
Thanks, Tony. We love you, brother.